What's up, guys? My name is Robert Donaldson, and today we are back with episode number 9 of Rob's Best Bets for the date of December 6th, 2022. As always, you can find me on Twitter at RobDFB, and if you want more content like this in the future, definitely hit that like and subscribe button because it helps me out a ton. And let's just get through this recap as quickly as possible because it was not a good day. 0-4 on the college basketball slate, lost 11 units. Definitely not how we want to kick off this week, but hey, this Tuesday card is very, very good for college basketball at least, and I think we're going to make some money today. So let's bounce back, shake it off. It's just one day, but yeah, it definitely does suck starting the week off on that note. That said, plenty of time to make that money back and then some this week. For our first bet of the day, we're going to be taking a look at a matchup between St. Louis and Iona. And I will keep this one short and sweet. Give me Iona on the money line, and you should be able to get some plus money odds if you shop around here on this line. That said, Iona is 18-0 straight up at home over the last 18 games, and SLU is just not one of those teams that has played well on the road the last few years. So for 2 units, I don't mind kind of taking a shot at the Iona Gales here. Obviously, Pitino is their coach, but that's not really what's factoring in. What's factoring in is Iona is actually a pretty damn good team for a mid-major, and I do think they end up getting this one done. And for getting plus money odds on a money line at home where they've been so dominant, I don't mind kind of taking that shot here. For our second bet of the day, we are going back to a familiar face in the Horizon League, and that team is going to be Oakland. And I know this team has definitely burned us a few times this year already, and now they're going up against a Syracuse team that just picked up a big road win against Notre Dame. But hear me out, 17.5 points in a game where we know that Oakland at least has the athletes to run with some of these good teams, and honestly, I think that the scoring will pick up for Oakland as the season goes on, and to be honest, Syracuse is just not a good team. I know that they picked up that win against Notre Dame on the road, still really don't understand how that came to fruition outside of just Notre Dame having some nagging injuries. That said, I will not be on the bandwagon for Syracuse anytime soon, so if they're laying 17.5 points, I'm going to take the points. Give me Oakland Golden Grizzlies plus a 17.5 for our second bet of the day for 2 units. For our third bet of the day, we are heading over to a Big Ten matchup between Wisconsin and Maryland, and Maryland obviously coming off a very big win against Illinois at home, and Wisconsin ended up actually dropping a home game, which is very rare for them, against Wake Forest. But listen, I'm not very discouraged by those recent results. Listen, College Park is a very tough place to play. The Xfinity Center was absolutely alive last Friday, but Madison, Wisconsin is just one of those venues that is tough to visit. And, when you look at Maryland's road record the past few years, 1-4 straight up on the road against Wisconsin, 4-8 straight up over their last 12 games on the road. Meanwhile, Wisconsin is 12-4 at home over the last 16. They were 12-3 before Wake Forest. I just don't see Wisconsin dropping another home game here in a row, and I think they have the defense and the guns to get it done. So give me Wisconsin on a pick'em money line here. You should be actually able to shop around for something around the 105 to minus 110 range, but anything as far as going up to -2, I do feel comfortable with the Badgers here. For our fourth pick of the day, we are going to be taking a look at an under between Butler and Yale of 133.5. And the Ivy League this year is just looking like a very good conference. And Yale is definitely one of the best that the Ivy League has to offer. And they're going on the road here. And Butler obviously has a great home court venue. But I do think we see a slower, more methodical defensive type of pace that Yale is going to be implementing or forcing on Butler throughout this game. And with Thad Matta, that is a game that he's fine playing because he's very good on the offensive side, very good defensively, and this Butler team has sort of adopted his style very well. That said, I'm loving the under here. I'm also kind of liking the points with Yale, but as an official play, we're going to be taking the under here of 133.5 for 4 units. For our fifth pick of the day, we are taking a look at a matchup between the Summit League and Mountain West Conference. And once again, we are going to try to fade South Dakota here. Listen, South Dakota played a hell of a game against BYU on Saturday. They lit it up from 3 out at a 60% clip in the first half, but they were up at 25 points in the second half at one point, and it became a 2-point game at the very end there. They definitely dropped off in terms of efficiency towards the end. They don't have great size, and Air Force is a team that defensively can match up with them pretty well and also can shoot it really efficiently, which BYU did not do. So if we're only laying 2.5 points with Air Force here, I'm all down to take the Falcons. So give me the Falcons laying the 2.5 points here for 4 units for a very confident play. I really don't think South Dakota can win 2 games on the road again against the Mountain West Conference. And when you look at how Air Force has even fared against the Summit League over the years, they're 5-1 straight up, and they're also 6-1 in their last 7 games at home. So give me the Falcons for 4 units, laying the 2.5 points. For our final play of the day, we are taking a look at a matchup between Arkansas and North Carolina Greensboro. And over the years, North Carolina Greensboro has been a very good team to bet on. Not only money line wise, not against the spread, but also as an under. So why are we actually going to be taking the over of 135 here? Well, they lost a lot of their great athletes who were able to kind of dictate that pace, match other teams that were coming in or are facing them. And now they are kind of starting over with a new squad of a lot of small ball type of guys who are definitely more keen to jump shots and not driving to the rim. And with Arkansas, this is a team that loves to push the pace. You know, they have Eric Musselman, who is definitely one of those guys who's going to run a more up-tempo type of style where they want to run up a lot of points, similarly to Iowa from the Big Ten. That said, I love the over of 135. I think it's a perfect number here, especially when we're kind of capitalizing on North Carolina Greensboro's sort of perceived reputation over the years. So give me the over of 135 in this matchup for a very confident 5 units. I think we don't even need to worry about this one as far as it being in the 130s. I think it could get all the way up to 150s. So let's take it with some confidence here for our final play of the day for 5 units. All that being said, I definitely want to thank you guys for checking out today's video. And if you want more like this in the future, definitely subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and you can also follow me over at RobDFB on Twitter. That said, I will see you all in a future video. Take it easy.